Jack Nicklaus on 17.
Jack Nicklaus has looked over this birdie opportunity from about 18 feet.
There we were, ready to take the lead at the Masters in the final round. Who would have believed it? Up until a few hours ago, maybe we were the only two.
Well, you know, growing up in Ohio and growing up in the Midwest and you know, just south of Michigan, I guess. My parents were of German stock. Lived in the old. My dad's father was a boilermaker on the railroad. My mother's father was a conductor on a railroad, B&O and the C&O. My dad's father was a boilermaker, and he had 3 boys. And when the kids were mid-teens, he took them down to where he worked, about 140 degrees. He's making these boilers and so forth. And he says, boys, he says, this is what I don't want you guys to have to end up doing. So my father became a pharmacist. Another brother became a pharmacist. The other became a dentist. They all got a good education. They worked their way through Ohio State University. The Ohio State University, excuse me. But their values came, you know, from good, solid stock, and no different than up here. You know, people worked, people made their way through life, they earned what they got, and that was important to me. It was important to my dad. My father spent a lot of time with me, and one of the first things he taught me is make sure that you respect the game and respect the person you're playing. When I was 11 years old, we were out playing, and I hit an 8-iron to the green, which I hit in the bunker. My 8-iron flying through the air came almost to the bunker itself. And he said, Jack, go pick up your club, we're going home. I said, what do you mean? He says, if you're going to act like that, we're not playing the game of golf. Until you can learn to behave yourself and act like a gentleman, you're not going to play. I never threw another club. There has been one gentleman in my life that has been instrumental in making my golf game happen. That's obviously Jack Grout. I remember the first day that Jack Grout started to teach me. I was 10 years old. I was at a class with 50 or 60 other kids, and we all hit a few balls, and you know, I was just another kid there. And after about 2 or 3 weeks, Jack Grout turned to me and he said, Jackie boy, he says, come out here, show these kids how to hit the ball in the air. Jackie boy, come out here and show these kids how to take a divot. Jackie boy, show these kids how to hit a sand shot. I mean, Jack started using me as an example. He started using me and trying to build my confidence. He obviously saw something in me, and he wanted to develop. Those are the things that he had good discipline. He had taught me good lessons. He spent a lot of time with me. He never interfered. I'll never forget. My dad traveled with me everywhere or to where we went, and it was the National Amateur in 1959. We were at Broadmoor, and we're sitting at the table, and my dad had never talked much about how I played the game or anything else. And I think it was about 3rd or 4th round. We're sitting there with dinner, and he said, Jack, you remember out there in the 4th hole today? Is that chip shot you hit? I said, yeah. I said, why did you? I said, whoa. Time out. I said, Dad, you're my best friend. I said, you give me all the lessons in life.
I says, but you know, this I've got to do on my own. Your guidance, but I've got to do this on my own. Not one more time did he ever interfere with what, just support it. Which was, you know, he tried to prepare me for what I had to do, and then he realized that it was time for him to step back. And so, my assistance too, a little bit, but we had a great relationship. Well, 60 and 61. 60 was where I lost to Palmer.
Yeah.
At the Cherry Hills, and I played with Hogan, and Hogan paid me a very nice compliment after the tournament. He said, they were all saying to Hogan, they said, "Oh, Ben, I'm sorry." Hogan, incidentally, he finished that tournament by hitting his third shot on 17 at Cherry Hills, hit a bank, came back in the water, and then triple bogeyed the last hole. And they said, "Oh, we felt bad." He says, "No, I don't feel too bad about me." He says, "I played with a kid today, as if he'd have known how to win, would have won by 10 shots. Meaning, which was a nice compliment, saying that I just didn't know how to win yet, which is absolutely the truth. It was the best lesson I ever got. If I had won that tournament, I don't know where my career would have gone, but I shot 39 the last 9 holes to lose that tournament.
But that's when Palmer made that big charge at the end to win the tournament.
Well, the Palmer was behind. I made the charge the other way. And Arnold shot a great round, but you know, I was still in position. You can't do anything about. You never can do anything about the other guy. Mm-hmm. The only person you can control is yourself. Mm-hmm. And those are the lessons you've got to learn when you're playing any sport. That you've got to play within your own abilities, your own parameters. You've got to be able to do what you can do. And if you get outside that, then you lose your confidence and do other things. And so that happened there. But that was a great lesson for me. And then in 61, you said that was at Oakland Hills. It was in Detroit and Birmingham, and I finished 4th there. But I had a good chance to win there too. But the U.S. Open was a big tournament for me. I loved playing in USGA events.
Well,
there were events that you really had to prepare for, and that's what probably guided me through most of my career. I would say the first time that I won at Muirfield in '66, I stood on the 16th tee, and I was tied with Sanders and Dave Thomas at the time. And I said to myself, "Okay, Jack, I want a 3-4-4 finish, par 3, par 5, par 4. And I said, I think you'll win the Open if you do that. I made a nice par 16.
And here, striding up the very middle of the 17th, is Jack Nicklaus, wanting 2 fours to win.
And then we were playing the small ball at that time. I hit 3-iron off the tee at 17 and a 5-iron to the green.
Just short. Don't think it would quite have got the hole anyhow. Stone dead, and there's a 4, which puts Nicklaus 2 under par, and he has a 4 at the last to win.
I made my 4 there, and then I had a 1-iron and a 3-iron right in the 20 feet to the right of the hole.
Wait a minute. No, it's all right.
So I did what I wanted to do and won it. But back in '72, and I stood on the 16th tee, and I had Jacqueline and Trevino were behind me, not in front of me at that time. I said, "Okay, Jack, 3-4-4, and you're going to win the championship again." I finished 4-5-4 and lost by a shot. So I had my own destiny in my hands, and I just didn't do it. You asked my best shot. I look at that sequence as a very important sequence in what I did. I can't think of any specific shot that actually was was that important. They were all important.